Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. So, thanks for joining me in what to do with Leo. So I've been kind of contemplating on what to do with this. Kind of looks like the bones are good, but there's a ton of cheap parts on this. And I'm not sure if it's worth the upgrade. You know, something's weird with these. I've gotten a lot of comments from the last video, and a lot of people saying, that's crazy, man. My Leo James came in a styrofoam coffin and it was super well packaged and et cetera. And I'm thinking, well, this is the second one that I get. And it comes in an empty cardboard box with a couple of little pieces of foam that are unglued. And, you know, although this one looks new, you know how you could peel the plastic off of a pickguard? Well, there's no plastic on this one. So either they peel it off at the factory or this doesn't come with one. I think this might be like a stripped down version of what you guys are getting in the US. Maybe for Canada, maybe to cut costs. This neck is like 43 millimeters. You know, where the nut is, that's 43, but the nut is 42. So it's almost like they're using, you know, whatever parts they have left for the Canadian market. See, look, 41.8. So it's kind of weird. And I had mentioned in the last video that the seller on Amazon, where I bought this one and the last one, is not Leo James. It says fulfilled by Amazon, sold by something else. And it has no bearing on Leo James. So I'm wondering if these guys are buying like B stock guitars maybe, and then kind of just giving them a quick setup and putting them up for sale, like in just a generic empty box. I got nothing bad to say for Leo James as a company. You know, I haven't really dealt with them. I just went through Amazon. But one thing's for sure, they do not reply to their customer service website. I emailed them. I questioned them about these guitars. I had a bunch of pictures. Nothing. Two times now. So I haven't gotten a single response. So if anybody of you out there knows how to get a hold of them, let me know in the comments, because I'd like to just get to the bottom of what this is. The responses I am getting in my YouTube comment section are saying that the Leo James guitars that they get are like absolutely fantastic. Well packaged, set up beautifully. So I don't know what the deal is with this. But I know here in Canada, if you're spending like $200 on a guitar, it's not going to be high-end by any means. So let's rip this thing apart, and I'll show you what we find. So I'm not going to, you guys have seen me tear apart guitars, so I'm just going to take it apart, and I'll turn the camera back on, and then I'll show you what we're looking at. So just got the tuners off, typical 10 mil tuner shaft, and out of 6 of them, 4 of them are really good. There's like 0 play in this post. 2 of them have quite a bit of play. So 4 out of 6, I guess, isn't too bad for a $189 plus tax guitar. So it's pretty good. All right. Okay, so I just took the string trees off. This guitar has like the butterfly style, and these are absolute junk. Now, when I say the butterfly string trees are absolute junk, I'm not labeling all of them. Some of these are actually pretty good, but these particular ones on this Leo James are garbage. They are flat on the inside, totally flat. See there? And they're sharp on the edges, so they're going to catch the string, and they are super weak. Look at this. I can hold it like this, and I can just bend it with my fingers. Like, look, fold it in half. Like they're terrible. Here is a butterfly string tree as well, and you'll notice it's narrower than the other one I just showed you. It's a lot stiffer. I can't bend this one. Right? They're harder to bend. And now this probably won't show up in the video, but oh well, yeah. So you see they're not flat on the underside. They actually have a rounded curve where the string passes through. So the string is only making contact with the center of the butterfly clip, not the whole thing from edge to edge, if you understand what I mean. So some of these butterfly clips are actually okay. And if I have this style, on a guitar, I would probably leave it on because they wouldn't cause any friction issues. And you guys are like, well, obviously you took that off of something. So, you're kind of saying one thing and doing something else. Well, the reason I took this off of something is, I'll give you one guess. You got it. I blacked it out. So that chrome string tree had to come off. Otherwise, I don't mind this style. But I'll tell you what, these things, here, let me straighten this out. Look at that. You can just like fold this the way you want. You can just see the quality in there. Like this one is just garbage. And this one is actually pretty good. So they're not all created equal. But yeah, these butterfly string trees, that this Leo James has and some guitars have, even some Squiers have these, they suck. Get rid of them. They're no good. I just took the upper horn strap button off, and they have the rubber pad, which I like. Okay, so that's good. Nothing wrong with the strap button. I don't mind those strap buttons. I mean, I'm putting black ones on. But look at this tiny little screw. It's super small, and there's room for a much bigger screw in the hole here. Look how flimsy that screw is compared to the hole in the strap button. So what I do a lot of times is I'll use like 1.5 inch deck screw. I'll drill a little pilot hole in here, the length of the screw, and then fire that screw in there. If you're gigging 3 hours a night and that's all that's holding the strap on your guitar, I don't know. I'd rather have a bigger screw in there. That's just me. So I'm just going to pop this nut off. So basically I just kind of slice the front side. Make sure there's no glue residue there. Slice the back side. Doesn't seem to want to move, guys. There we go. It was just stubborn. Cheap plastic nut. You can hear it. No surprise. It's a nice slot though. It's well cut, so should be easy enough to replace. Right. Do we have an indexing hole? Yes, we do. So we got the plastic backplate. I know a lot of people take these off, but I kind of like them. A lot of these square metal plates, they're kind of rough on the corners, where they've been dipped in chrome. And if you try and sand that, you can peel the chrome off, like where you sand it, and then it'll cause extra peeling over time. When they're inserted in these little plastic pockets, that's all protected, right? And it doesn't leave any like scarring on the guitar. I kind of like these plastic backings. I may have to reuse these screws because, man, they are beefy. Look at the threads on that thing. These are beefy neck screws, which is a good thing. But if I'm blacking it out, I'd like to have black screws. But I very much doubt the screws coming with the black plate that I ordered are going to be as beefy as this. And there we go. It just pops right out. Not a whole lot of play from side to side though, which is good. And you can't slide it out. You have to lift it out. So that's good. We got some burrs here at the bottom. We'll deal with that easily enough. The neck angle, was pretty good in this, and there's no shim in the pocket. And here's what the pocket looks like. It's rough, like the clear coat is all rough inside the pocket. Like the overspray or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's just, right? But yeah, it's not bad. And of course, the screws are threading right into the body. It's not terribly made. That's good. Can work with that. All right, just got the last of the screws out on this body. This pickguard is cut extremely well to fit this guitar. Like inside the pocket, there's nothing sticking out, nothing's jetting out. It's perfect. So I'm going to reuse this pickguard, but it's not going to be clear. Somebody had posted in the last video a comment saying, just spray paint the back of it, black or whatever color you want. And that's a good idea. The only thing is with that is it's permanent. I was thinking maybe I could use like a piece of laminate, black paper, and then you could change it and go with different colors all the time. So anyway, I'm going to work on a couple things here and we'll see what we come up with. This pickup springs, we'll keep that. This pickup is, just a typical, you know what though, it's an Alnico pickup though, it's not ceramic. There we go, got it. Broke the solder. Yeah, so that front tab is soldered. This is an Alnico pickup. Interesting. I wasn't expecting and seeing that. And you know what? There's black paint inside this cavity, which in itself is extremely well cut. Very nicely cut cavity in this. And I guess if you're going to use a clear pickguard, it has to be, right? But let me get my meter and we'll check to see if this is shielding paint. All right, got the meter here. You guys can see that or not, but no, it's not shielding paint. It's just black paint. No surprises here, I'm sure. Yep. I'm not sure what they are. Typical little box switch. Clicks pretty good though. But yeah, these are pretty cheap. This route looks narrow to me. Let me just check. If I get a full-size pot, will that fit in there? Oh, it doesn't. Look at that, eh? So you can't put 250K full-size pot in that channel. I'll either have to route this bigger or just go with the dime-size pots. So this cavity is 1 3/8 inches deep, and the body is 1 3/4 inches. I'm not sure if a regular blade switch will fit. I ordered a regular blade switch for this, a 3-way blade switch, and but it's not in. My parts aren't in yet, so I don't know if that'll fit. I guess we'll find out. There is no ground wire going to the bridge. When you're looking at that, it does look kind of narrow, eh? If you're used to working on tellies and stuff. All right, and the last thing is just to, let me pull this pickup out. There it is. Man, there's not much to that. It's really light. And then I'll pull this out. Again, wow, excellent route. Yep, no ground wire. Some mess there where the screws are, but at least they use some beefy screws for the bridge plate. There's 5 of those suckers, and yeah, they're pretty big. And this pickup, look, this is not a ceramic pup either. This is an Alnico one as well. It's got the little brass plate at the back, or I think this one's copper. And yeah, pretty cheap, but it's all right. So, all right, let me take this off. We're going to see what I can do for a bridge. And before we do any bridge stuff, we'll just pull this out, have a look. Yeah, just a typical jack and jack plate. Nothing fancy there. But seemed to work fine. So These are all reusable parts, I guess, if you're in need of a repair. All right, well, so here's the problem that I've run into. They put the hardware on before the clear coat's totally hardened. And, so then you get like all this stuff, this little, wood chips stuck in the clear. And, you get dings in there and you get imprints. So it's just, I don't know, I guess they're pressed for time and they got to get a certain amount of production through. But I guess that's minimal. But then, they use these cheaper style bridges, which have 3 mounting holes at the bottom and 2 at the top. But I'd really like to put an ASHRAE style bridge on this and really make it look, vintagey. And I do have a black Wilkinson Pro Series bridge. I had bought this when I was blacking out my M-Musi, quite a few videos ago. But I had bought Music Lily Ultra black bridge and this one, and I much preferred the Music Lily bridge. So I just kept this one. I thought, someday I might use it. So here's the problem. The one thing that you'll notice with this is, the bridge mounting screws. So if you look at the back side, the string through body holes on this bridge are in front of the bridge mounting screws. But on these ASHRAE bridges, the bridge mounting screws, there's 4 of them, are in front of the string through body holes. So, and that doesn't really matter because this guitar doesn't have string through body holes. But if I want to hide these original holes and I put, I line up the screw holes roughly where they would be, and the 2 end ones line up perfectly, but look where my bridge is, right? So that's not going to work. And then if I put the bridge up where it's supposed to be, I'll hide these 2 corner holes, which are good, right? Like so. But then you see, then you got 3 holes in your guitar. Now, sure, you could fill them, but you're never going to match this finish. I could put a little black trim piece, I guess, around the bridge. Use these holes to mount that trim piece. I've done that before, but anyway, so that's an option. So you guys let me know what you think. And then I have this black Babix full contact hardware bridge. So these are all aluminum. The saddles never leave the bridge plate. There's a cam there that rotates to adjust the height of your string. And these work great. And they got the 3 screw holes. So I can use that. But again, looking at this, so even if I use the 3 holes at the back, it doesn't really line up. So either way, I am drilling new holes in this. But at least with this bridge, once I place it where it should be, the holes are hidden in the back. So yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter how I do it. I'm not going to be able to reuse these holes unless I find another bridge that's very similar to this one that would be black. But I don't know. I don't like how these saddles are screwed in high up on the back edge of this bridge plate. It's because it's string through right at the bottom. So I just don't like how they sit like that. I like when the saddles have kind of a nice upward angle, but maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. Anyhow, so yeah, so that's where this goes. And if I put anything else, I'll be drilling new holes. So if this one, this one will look sharp, it would look great. But then I got 3 holes showing. This one will hide the holes. It'll hide the corner holes as well, but I got to drill new holes. So you guys let me know what you think. See which route I should go. But seeing that I have these black bridges here, I might as well not buy something else. However, this bridge was like $50. And this one, to buy new, these Babix are over $200 here in Canada. So it's like this bridge is the cost of this whole guitar. So do I really want to put a $200 Babix bridge on a guitar that costs $217? Let's see if this clear pickguard will still fit if I use one of these bridges. Yeah, no problem at all. And if I use the ashtray bridge, and just decide to plug the holes, that'll be fine as well. Well, I really hate that we see those 3 holes at the back. But I really like the look of that ashtray bridge on this guitar. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think. So that's it for now. That's the disassembly. All I can say is good bones. Not necessarily up to spec, you know, if you're looking at full-size pots and stuff. But this particular guitar, it's good. They did a good job. Anyway, you guys, God bless. Take care. Stay tuned for part 3, and we'll see you soon.